Joining me today is the new NAREIT chair, Tim Naughton. Tim is also the chairman and CEO of AvalonBay Communities. Tim, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Matt.
So as you begin your term as NAREIT chair, how would you describe the current state of the listed REIT industry?
Yeah, I would say the listed REIT industry is very healthy on a number of dimensions. First, in terms of earnings and dividend growth, we're seeing dividends approach $50 billion now for the industry. Secondly, if you look at total shareholder returns, they continue to be very healthy over almost any relevant time period, and particularly when you compare it to other sectors. Thirdly, when you think about size and breadth of the industry, the equity market cap is now over $1 trillion, and assets under management are around $1.5 trillion. And if you look at the breadth of the industry, it's now touching virtually every part of the economy, where you have 12 subsectors, roughly 12 subsectors in the industry today. So, and then I guess the last point I'd make is if you look at the quality of the management in the industry today, I think many REITs are overseen by some of the best-in-class management teams, anywhere in the real estate world. So overall, I would view it as very healthy.
And what would you define as your key goals or objective for your time as NAREIT chair?
With REITs now with listed real estate having its own headline sector with the global industry classification standard, that's built a really nice platform of visibility for the industry. And I think one of our biggest goals as an industry is really to build on that visibility, really reaching out to all of our audiences to make sure they understand REITs as a core investment in terms of the growth and diversification benefits that they provide, and as well as being an economic contributor in our communities. Again, as I mentioned earlier, REITs are touching almost every aspect of the economy, from housing to lodging to retail to healthcare, technological infrastructure, and that's creating jobs in our community. So making sure that all audiences are aware of that, and then maybe more specifically to investors and generalist investors, or the non-dedicated investor, make sure that they understand REITs as a core investment, and some of the diversification benefits that they provide. And there's a lot of compelling research out there today that really provide proof of that.
And lastly, as you look at 2017, what do you see as the biggest challenge facing the industry?
Well, we just had an election, that brings along with it new members of Congress, a number of folks sitting on new committee assignments, many of whom may not understand REITs all that well, and so it's incumbent upon us to educate that group, particularly with the prospect of tax reform. I think the probability of tax reform probably hasn't been higher for some time, and make sure that our industry's voice is heard as part of that conversation, and our interests are looked out after.
Tim, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Be sure to visit REIT.com.